Good morning. Um, I know it's really early for this video, at least for me, but you might be seeing this midday. At any rate, I wanted to kind of hit on something that has kind of been bothering me for a while. Now, in the realm of politics, there's a lot of heated debate. It is election year. Currently, for me, it is October 7th, 2024, at the time of recording this video. Next month is the big one. And there's a lot of people with very mixed emotions, one way or the other, regarding who they want to have win and who is the success, or who's the successor that's going to set the trend for either the rise or the fall of the U.S. Now, I'm not going to get super specific. I definitely have my preferred candidate, but I am going to put this out here for food for thought. When it comes to being a family, and when it comes to our desire to create a better future for our kids, there's something that I think a lot of people tend to overlook, given that we have a lot of demands on our time, bringing in the money, taking care of peripherals, if you're part of extracurricular activities or whatever at work or otherwise, there's a lot of things that can demand your time. Your kids, however, I don't know, I've hit on this in another video, but your kids, however, first and foremost care about whether or not you're spending time with them. Are you engaged in their activities? Are you involved in their life, or do you choose to show them that you're divided in your time with them to your phone, to your work, or to some kind of a political event that you want them to be a part of? Now, I understand helping them to understand, or I get it, and I can respect the notion of trying to help them understand why politics matter. But if you're doing so at the expense of actually spending quality, undivided attention with them, like 100% invested in them, you're not looking at your phone, you're not looking at anything else, and I'm not perfect at this either, are you showing them that they are the ones that matter to you? Are you showing them that they are what's most important to you? Because I'm going to tell you something, and I know that various figureheads have said the same thing, Nick Freitas being one of them. If you are not present in your child's life and instilling in them a sense of morals and values that you have and why they matter, someone else will. And that someone else may not necessarily share your views on life. You see it time and again in the movies and the films. And again, I know I've hit on this subject before, or even in everyday life. You have the parent who is so involved with their child that they're not involved with their child at all. They're involved in PTA, they're involved in the extracurricular activities, they're involved in running the sports teams, they're involved in this, they're involved in that. They're involved in so many things that relate to their child's life that they're not even involved with their children anymore. They're involved in the activities that surround what their child does. And these children start to feel neglected. And it might not happen all at once. At first it'll be like, okay, yeah, I understand. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. This happens. And at least they're here, kind of thing. But slowly but surely, it starts to eat at them. And then they start to crave your attention. And they see that instead of giving them attention, you're giving the peripherals of what they do attention. They slowly start to lose interest in that stuff. Some may even become the school bully, and you'll refuse to believe it because I'm involved with my child. I'm doing this. Are you really? Are you sure that that is what you're doing? Or are you showing them that you're more involved in the things surrounding them instead of them? So how does this relate to politics? Well, we know that there is a lot of heated debate over who you want to have as president. You want to have the first female president, or do you want to have a guy who... I do not agree with the media when it comes to the image they're trying to portray. A guy who has a fairly successful track record of running a good business and knowing when to cut losses versus when to restructure and rebudget a business. And sometimes that can leave a very bitter taste in people's mouths. Now, regarding the attributes of individuals' personal lives, these two individuals' personal lives, whether or not they are good people on a personal level, that's a different discussion. Okay? But that's kind of the choice. And so you have a lot of people that are getting involved in one camp or another and trying to bring their kids to it to show their kids these things. But frankly, your kids are not going to care about that. So if you care about your children, show them you care about that you care about them. Be involved in their life, not the peripherals around their life, their life. Because if you are not involved and you are neglecting that in favor of doing these other things that right now seem like they're more important, as time moves forward, you're going to leave your kid open and susceptible to somebody who may show that they care, or at least gives a convincing enough image that they care, that this individual is going to be the one that fills their head with what is versus what isn't appropriate. Be it the state, be it a teacher, be it the drag queen down the street, be it the ultra-conservative, MAGA hat wearing Republican, what have you. Be involved with your kids. That's way more important than anything that's going on in the political field, because they're the ones that are going to shape the future.